We welcome you back inside the Sherwood Center here on the campus of Whitman College. Second half of our doubleheader tonight between the Whitman College Blues and the Puget Sound Loggers. Here in the men's game, the women of Whitman won 77-68 earlier on this afternoon. What was an excellent game. Austin Samuels joining you here on Flow Sports. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here at George Ball Courts in Walla Walla. The Whitman Blues on the men's side come in at 7-9 overall on the year. Team that had high expectations, picked to finish second in the preseason poll. Ups and downs for the Blues, led by sixth-year head coach John LaManna. 7-9 overall, 2-5 in the Northwest Conference. Meanwhile, for the Puget Sound Loggers, they are 10-6 overall and 5-2 in the Northwest Conference right now. They sit in second place in the NWC, looking to bounce back from a loss. Both teams coming off of losses last night. Whitman at home against Pacific Lutheran. They lost by 6, 72-66. A valiant effort in the comeback for the Blues. They were down by 11 with 8 minutes left to play. They came all the way back to make it a 2-point game with just over a minute left. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough left in the tank to get stops and baskets and combine them together down the stretch to finish off the comeback for the Blues. That dropped them to 2-5 in league play. Again, a 6-point loss last night to Pacific Lutheran. Some positives from that game for Whitman. They shot it really well from three. 11 for 29 as a team from downtown. Two guys in double figures. Milos Serenic continues to be exceptional. 17 points, 10 rebounds. His seventh double-double of the season. He's the Northwest Conference leading rebounder. The 6'4" sophomore from Bosnia and Herzegovina. And also in double figures, Ken Higgins had 11 points in 3 threes for Whitman last night. So the Blues looking to bounce back after a loss on their home floor last night. Meanwhile, for Puget Sound, they're looking for the exact same thing. They lost on the road to Whitworth, and the Pirates are undefeated in league play thus far, so that is nothing to scoff at. They lost 88-61 last night in Spokane. If they had won that game, that would have given them a tie for first place in the Northwest Conference, but lost by 27 on the road. That's their 8th straight loss to Whitworth. They were down big at the half. Really nothing went their way last night for the Loggers. They shot just 27% from the floor, had 20 turnovers in the game, and Trayvon Hamilton was the only player in double figures for Puget Sound. He had 11 points. We're about to meet the starting lineups for both teams. Should be a fun matchup tonight. The rebounding battle is really going to be something to look out for in this game. Puget Sound and Whitman both in the top 3 in rebounding margin. The Blues, the best rebounding team in the conference. And Puget Sound is 3rd in the conference in rebounding, so we'll see if there are a decent amount of second chance opportunities in this game or whether teams are closing out defensive possessions with stops and rebounds. Let's get you the starting lineups. First for the Puget Sound Loggers. Zane Miller will get the start in the backcourt. He is this team's leading scorer at 12.5 per game. He started every game. A junior guard at 6'3" from Agoura Hills, California. Ian Cook starts in the front court. Cook is a junior forward at 6'6" from Los Angeles, California. He leads this team in free throw attempts, gets fouled a lot, makes 72% of his foul shots. Aiden Saucedo starts in the backcourt for the Loggers, a sophomore at 5'10". He's from Taylorsville, Utah, and he has been on fire from downtown as of late. 86% of his shot attempts come from three-point land. Trayvon Hamilton, the only player in double figures last night in the loss to Whitworth, gets the start at junior guard, 6'1", from Beaverton, Oregon. And Hugo Rutherford rounds out the starting 5 for the Loggers, a junior center, 6'9", from San Francisco, California. He is the leader in blocks in the Northwest Conference, 2.5 per game. Meanwhile, for the Whitman Blues, 7-9 overall, 2-5 in league play. Marcel Elisagaray gets the start, a sophomore guard, 6'1", from Pacifica, California. Milos Serenic starts in the backcourt, averaging a double-double, a sophomore at 6'4" from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Ken Higgins gets the start, a sophomore guard, 6'3" from right here in Walla Walla, Washington. Sarp Gukberg gets the starts, a first-year guard, 6'4" from Turkey. And rounding out the starting five, Jacob Fotu gets the start, a sophomore forward, 6'6" from Auckland, New Zealand. Fotu played just 8 minutes last night, but he is in the starting lineup. So for the Blues, it's Eli Sagaday, Serenic, Higgins, Gukberg, and Fotu. And for the Loggers, Miller, Cook, Saucedo, Hamilton, and Rutherford. Two teams looking to bounce back from losses last night. Whitman lost by 6 on their home floor to Pacific Lutheran. Puget Sound got blown out by 27 at Whitworth in Spokane. First of 2 meetings this year. The second matchup will come on February 20th in Tacoma. Blues looking for a much-needed conference win, and the Loggers looking to stay in second place with a winning effort. Puget Sound led by 8th-year head coach Aubrey Shelton. Blues led by 6th-year head coach John Lamanna, who's been the 2-time Northwest Conference Coach of the Year. It's Rutherford to tip it up against Jacob Fotu for Whitman. The Blues in their white uniforms, the Loggers in their road maroons. We're underway from the Sherwood Center. The Loggers win the tip. Zane Miller, the team's leading scorer, turns it over immediately. Milos Serenic comes away with the steal. The Blues looking to take an early lead. Serenic had a double-double last night, his 7th of the season. He's got it in the high post. Gives off to Gukberg. Serenic knifes in with the left. Eli Sagaday. Back to Serenic, and a turnover for Whitman. The Blues have struggled with turnovers this year. They're last in the Northwest Conference in turnover margin. Turn it over 17 times per game. That's their first of the night. Trayvon Hamilton. Shake and make drive on the baseline. Finds Hugo Rutherford. A long triple. Yes! And he gets Puget Sound on the scoreboard. 3-0. Rutherford can shoot it from out there. The big guy at 6'9" hits 38% of his threes. 3-0 early. The Loggers in front. Serenic in the high post. Eli Sagaday, drive and kick. Fotu a triple. Not this time. Rebounded by Trayvon Hamilton. On the break, numbers for the Loggers. Rutherford inside, sees a double team. Miller from 15. He's got it. A hot start for the Loggers offensively. They build out the lead 5-0. A little over a minute into the game. Whitman has struggled on the defensive end, allowing 77 points per game in conference play. Trying to get off to a good start on their home floor. Down 5-0. Serenic. Fotu, a catch and shoot. He hits it. Jacob Fotu from three-point land. The Blues on the board. Fotu averages 10.5 per game, and he can hit from 3, 32% from downtown. He's been cold over his last couple of games, just 4 points per. Gets off to a good start there. Inside to Rutherford. Reverse lay-in from the left side over Eli Sagaday. A 4-point lead for the Loggers here early. These two teams split their meetings last season. Whitman holds an all-time advantage, 27-12 against Puget Sound, as there's a foul call in the half court. Foul called on Ian Cook for Puget Sound, his first. The junior forward from Los Angeles, California. Trying to figure out where to get the ball inbounds beyond the near sideline. Good crowd here tonight in the Sherwood Center. Gukberg finds Eli Sagaday in the corner. He hit 3 threes last night in the loss. Inside, Gukberg, short on the finish. Rebound, Saucedo wants to push. Miller up ahead. Fouls from behind by Ken Higgins, the Walla Walla High School products. And 2 shots upcoming for Zane Miller, the leading scorer of Puget Sound. 12.5 per game for him. In his career, he's scored in double figures 3 out of the 4 times he's played Whitman. He makes the first free throw. Also, Miller has made a 3-point field goal in every game this year for Puget Sound. All 16 of them thus far. He hits both at the free throw line. So a great start for the Loggers on the road. They're up 9-3. Starters still out there for Whitman. 5 for Puget Sound. Trayvon Hamilton, Aiden Saucedo, Hugo Rutherford, Zane Miller. And that's Beckett Turner that just subbed in for Puget Sound, a sophomore guard at 6'4". Fotu in the post. Works one-on-one with Rutherford. The conference's leading shot blocker, and Turner with a steal. Miller on the break again. Looking to build on their early 6-point advantage. Beckett Turner, who's a dangerous 3-point shooter. Rutherford in the high post. 5 points early for Hugo Rutherford. Hamilton nearly did the splits, recollects at the free throw line. Turner a tough 2. Not this time, but an offensive board. Hamilton lines up a triple and hits. Second chance opportunities to the Loggers here early. They are a good rebounding team, so is Whitman. And a shot clock issue is why they blew the whistle there. An early 9-point lead for the Loggers. 16:34 left, first half. Subs coming in for both teams. The new 5 for Whitman, Marcel Elisagadai. Ali F.A. Ishik, this team's leading scorer, coming off the bench tonight. Bernard Desi, along with George A. Lazarevic, and Ken Higgins, the 5 for Whitman. F.A. Ishik had 40 points, a career high last week on the road at George Fox. Did not score last night in the loss to Pacific Lutheran. Inside, trying to get it into Desi, and a foul called. From behind, Aiden Saucedo with the whistle for the Loggers. That is his first and the team's second. 12-3 the advantage for UPS here early. F.A. Ishik to get it in. The senior guard from Turkey. Turns the corner with the left. Can't get the friendly roll. Oh, board for Whitman. Elisagadai looking for space. F.A. Ishik pounds in. Tied up and fouled. Ali F.A. Ishik will shoot 2 at the charity stripe. He's the team's leading scorer and 6th leading scorer in the Northwest Conference at 14.5 points per game. Again, had a career high of 40 points last weekend in a road win over George Fox, but did not score last night against Pacific Lutheran in 14 minutes played. First free throw comes up short this time. He's a 75%er at the stripe this year. Luke Johnson in for the first time for Whitman. First-year guard from Bellevue, Washington. F.A. Ishik splits a pair. 8-point game for the moment. 16 left, first half. Hamilton across the midcourt line. Has been in double figures in his last game. Inside, Miller can't convert, and a foul called after the board. Ali F.A. Ishik had control of it. 90 feet from the cup. Kobe Smith with the foul for Puget Sound, and that brings us to our first media timeout. UPS in control early on the road, looking to knock off Whitman 12-4. The score, 15:51 left in the first half. We'll be right back. 12-4, Puget Sound in front early. 15:51 left in the first half. I want to give a shout out to the W Club for its support of our Whitman student athletes and athletics programs. The W Club exists to enhance excellence in varsity athletics and the student athlete experience as well as help fund assistant coaches, international travel, and operating expenses. Head over to WhitmanBlues.com to make a donation or become a member. Out of the media timeout, Whitman looking to get on track offensively. 1 for 4 from the floor here early. And the ball will stay with the Blues. A kick ball there. F.A. Ishik to get it in. He's out there with Julian Witt, Bernard Desi, Luke Johnson, and George Lazarevic. Lazarevic hands to F.A. Ishik. Gallops inside and converts on the short runner. First field goal for Ali F.A. Ishik, and it's back to a 6-point game. Not going to be a repeat of last night for him. 40 points last week against George Fox. Nothing on the scoreboard last night, and that's sort of indicative of how Whitman's season has gone thus far. Up and down throughout the year. Turner an open triple. He hits, making Whitman pay. They leave open Beckett Turner at 37% from downtown. Back to a 9-point game. The Loggers currently sitting in second place in the Northwest Conference. Whitman in 7th. Johnson catch and shoot. Long on the miss. And up ahead, the Loggers getting a little aggressive in transition. Miller tries a triple. Bullseye! Puget Sound hot here early. They have not missed a 3. They are 4 for 4 from downtown, and it's a 12-point advantage. A whistle and a couple of subs for both squads. Jacob Fotu and Sarp Guckberg back into the game for Whitman. They're out there along with Ali F.A. Ishik, Luke Johnson, and Julian Witz. 5 for Puget Sound. It's Dante DeChautel into the game for the first time. Beckett Turner, Zane Miller, Hugo Rutherford, and Ian Cook. Whitman in a 12-point hole here early. They were trailing basically the entire night against Pacific Lutheran last night. A late comeback effort, but too little too late for the Blues. Inside of Fotu and a foul call from behind. Foul's called on Dante DeChautel, who just checked in. The sophomore guard, 6'2", from Agora Hills, California. Plays 10 minutes per game off the bench. He just picked up his first. Fotu fakes the handoff and scores down low. Had everybody fooled on the Puget Sound defense. Back to a 10-point game. Fotu off to a good start. He's got 5 early points. Cook pounds inside. Working on Guckberg. He's got it. Banging down low over Sarp Guckberg. Back to a dozen. The lead for Puget Sound. These two teams split their matchups last year, both winning on their home floor. Miller has a steal. On the break, lost control of it. Out of bounds, last touch by Puget Sound. Multiple players for the Loggers signaling to review that, who it was last touched by. And our officials will review. Timeout grabbed by Puget Sound and 8th-year head coach Aubrey Shelton. They will check this, who the ball was last touched by, out of bounds. Ruling on the floor is Whitman ball. That there was no deflection. We'll see. They'll have to take a look at it. 20-8 the score here early. Puget Sound has been dynamite offensively. Coming out hot, 7 for 9 from the floor and 4 for 4 from 3. Whitman not bad themselves, 3 for 7 from the floor. But the Loggers asserting themselves offensively early in this game. And this is not Puget Sound team that is built on the offensive side, 8th in the conference in scoring offense. They're really hang their hat defensively, but it's been a struggle for Whitman at times on the defensive end this year, especially in conference play. Still checking it out at the scorer's table. .33 left in the first half. By the way, if you weren't with us earlier, the women of Whitman won 77-68 over Puget Sound. It's really a competitive back-and-forth game with a handful of lead changes. As it appears we do finally have some sort of a verdict. They're still talking it over at midcourt. It's looking like the call on the floor is going to stand. It stands as called. I see our head official talking to head coach Aubrey Shelton, who just called a timeout to challenge that. And it seems like he basically said something along the lines of, we can't tell, or we don't quite have a good enough angle, or it zoomed in enough to be able to change our minds. So the call on the floor stands. Whitman ball down by 12, looking for momentum. Sarp Guckberg. Fotu, big man running the point. He's got 5 early points in this first half. Guckberg looks to get downhill. F.A. Ishik. 3 points early tonight for him. Eli Sugadai hit 3 threes last night. Pull up 2, rattles in. Marcel Eli Sugadai makes it a 10-point game. Rutherford looking to answer, he does. Banks one in, that lengthy 6'9" frame. Back to a 12-point lead, and timeout called by head coach John Lamanna for Whitman. 12:57 left in the first half. UPS leads 22-10 over the Whitman Blues. I want to let you know that the Blues are back in action next week for games at Willamette, Pacific, and Whitworth. You can visit www.whitmanblues.com for updates, game times, viewing options, and ticket information. Blues looking to salvage a win out of this homestand. Lost by 6 last night to Pacific Lutheran. A late, valiant comeback effort came up short. Out of the timeout, they've got George Lazarevic, Luke Johnson, Ken Higgins, Julian Witt, and Bernard Desi, the 5 out there right now. Loggers call off the press. Witt, catch and shoot a 3. A little bit short, fight for the rebound, saved in. Beautiful save from Ian Cook. Averages 5.5 boards per game. That was a nice rebound and save right there. Back to Cook inside. Turner has already hit a 3 in this first half. Rutherford with the reverse, no. Desi vacuums in the rebound. Averages 4 per game. Whitman down by 12, looking for momentum. Luke Johnson. Lazarevic from the elbow. A little long, and Beckett brings in the one-handed rebound. Both teams looking to bounce back after losses last night. The Loggers lost big to Whitworth on the road in Spokane, which Whitworth is the #1 team in the conference and undefeated. Whitman lost a close one at home to Pacific Lutheran. Rutherford, poke from behind. Turner with 10 to shoot. Turner. Rutherford, 2 on the timer. Righty hook comes up short, and Desi has the rebound. They get into a half-court set here. Blues 6th in the conference in points per game offensively, 75 per contest. Inside, beautiful set. And Julian Witt with an easy righty lay-in. Back to a 10-point game. Julian Witt, an excellent player in his high school days at Nevada Union, two-time all-conference selection. Hamilton out top, works on Lazarevic. Pulled free, Georgia on the break. Lazarevic, righty lay-in off the backboard for two. So Whitman with a little bit of a push here. A 4-0 run. Loggers trying to quiet the noise. They would love to pick up a road win on this trip to Eastern Washington after losing last night. Rutherford with Desi in his face. Hamilton around his screen, draws a foul with 7 left on the timer. Tough foul to take for Whitman. George Lazarevic with the foul. His first, team second. And that brings us to another media timeout. The Blues starting to tighten things up a little bit. 10:22 left in the first half. UPS leads on the road 22-14. We'll be right back. A hot start offensively for both teams, shooting 50% or higher from the floor. Has Puget Sound in front by 8, but Whitman on a little 4-0 run. And it's Loggers basketball out of the timeouts. To get it in, Connor McGuire in for the first time. First-year guard, 6 foot from San Francisco, California. Plays 11 minutes per game off the bench. Cook inside, step through. Doesn't convert on the finish. Witts with the rebound. Johnson in the half court along with Ken Higgins, Bernard Desi, George Lazarevic, and Julian Witt. Blues down by 8. They're on a 4-0 run looking for more. Higgins, dangerous three-point shooter, finds Johnson. 7 to shoot. Desi on the arc. Johnson a 3. Short. Rebounded, collected by Connor McGuire. Loggers want to push the tempo. Saucedo weaves through the D, to the rack, gets the finish to go, but a foul called before the shot. Foul called on Julian Witt for Whitman. His first, and that's the Blues' third. UPS has 5 with just under 10 left in the first half. Desi comes out of the game for Whitman. Marcel Elisagaray comes back in. Sophomore from Pacifica, California. Pounding in, Miller pivots. Rolls off the rim. Last touch out of bounds by Puget Sound. Ali Efeishik back into the game. Ken Higgins sits down. Whitman always uses a pretty deep bench. They go 9 or 10 deep, depending on the night. Head coach John Lamanna searching for answers right now. His team down by 8. Here at home, Eli Sagaday on the wing. Had 9 points, 3 threes last night. Also fouled out. Inside, finds Witts. Lay-in, converts. Julian Witt with his second bucket. It's a 6-0 run for the Blues. They're down by 6. R3 into the game for Puget Sound. Loggers zip it around the arc. McGuire, the lefty, pounds into the baseline. 10 to shoot. R3, open triple, long. And Saucedo comes away with an offensive rebound. Second O board for the Loggers. Timer is not reset. And before the shot clock expired, a foul called on the arc. A shooting foul, and Zane Miller will shoot 3. That's a heartbreaker, a backbreaker if you're Whitman. On a 6-0 run, you get what appeared to be, was going to be a shot clock violation instead of foul. And the leading scorer for the Loggers heads to the line for 3. He misses the first. Miller 2 for 3 in the game at the stripe. 7 early points for him. Is a 78%er at the free throw line. Makes the second. Kobe Smith and Beckett Turner back in for UPS. Sarp Guckberg back into the game along with Jacob Fotu for Whitman. Miller goes 2 for 3 at the free throw line. So the free throws and the Whitman run. It's back to an 8-point lead. Both teams looking to bounce back from losses and salvage a win out of the weekend. Whitman will be on the road next week against Willamette and Pacific. Fotu, catch and shoot. Long on the triple. One-handed rebound taken in by Kobe Smith. Doesn't play a ton, the senior from Spokane. Rutherford in the corner. UPS looking to make it a double-digit lead. Miller through the teeth of the D. Smith blocks, but a foul. Jacob Fotu thought he had a rejection. Instead, a foul assessed to him, his first and the team's 5th. Under 8 left in the first half. UPS leads it by 8 on the road. We'll be right back here from Whitman College. Back here inside the Sherwood Center in Walla Walla, the campus of Whitman College. Second half of our doubleheader tonight here on Flow Sports. Thank you so much for joining us. Austin Samuels with you courtside here at George Ball Courts. 24-16. UPS leads over Whitman. If you weren't with us earlier, the Whitman women picked up a win, 77-68 over the Loggers. Out of the timeout, we've got Kobe Smith at the free throw line to shoot 2. On the season, a 55%er at the stripe. He misses the first. Smith, a senior from Spokane. So last night playing in his hometown, played 10 minutes against Whitworth and a big loss for the Loggers last night. He splits a pair, makes the second. It's a 9-point lead for Puget Sound. Under 8 left, first half. Out there for Whitman right now, it's Sarp Guckberg, Ali F. Aishik, Marcel Elisagaray, Bernard Desi, and Julian Witz. Blues shooting 47% in the first half thus far. Desi straight out. Guckberg with 10 to shoot. Nice in with the left, stripped away by Saucedo. On the break with numbers. Turner up ahead. He's clobbered from behind. And they say he was in the shooting motion. Becca Turner will shoot 2. And they are going to go to the monitor. Turner continues to grab the back of his neck. That certainly an uncomfortable fall. They will review whether or not there was any malicious intent there, whether or not that would be upgraded to a flagrant foul. A 9-point lead for UPS, and that would put them on the free throw line. If it's a flagrant, it'll be free throws and the ball. Well, we've got this quick stoppage. Should tell you, if you're a Blues fan, visit WhitmanBlues.com for all of your up-to-date information on Whitman athletics, including current team schedules and student-athlete features. Also follow Whitman Athletics on all the social medias, X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to stay up to date. Quick review this time around. And it looks like it will stand as a common foul called on Ali Efeishik, his first. So it is just a common foul called on Efeishik. Becca Turner will go to the line for 2. Hit a 3 earlier in the half. He's not gone to the free throw line today. 72% at the stripe this year. Misses the first. It's a good Puget Sound team in terms of free throw shooting. Second in the conference at 74% as a team. Turner looking to split, and he does. 1 for 2. It's a double-digit lead for Puget Sound. Largest lead of this first half is a dozen. Whitman looking for momentum going into the locker room. Desi finds Efeishik, gets downhill in a hurry, and gets the finish as well. Backboard is his friend. 5 points for Efeishik, back to an 8-point game. Saucedo works on Eli Sugadai on the perimeter. St. Miller, who's had a good first half. 9 points to lead all scorers. Inside pass intercepted. Ali Efeishik comes away with it. Desi straight on, bump from behind, finds Wynn on a back cut. He gets it to go. Whitman with back-to-back buckets and stops. They're within 6. Turner. Rutherford fakes the 3 on the arc. Hugo Rutherford, 7 points in this first half. Was the Rookie of the Year in the Northwest Conference a couple of years ago. A turnover here. Whitman to make it a 4-point game with a 2, perhaps a 3-point game. Desi hounded on the arc. Finds Guckberg on a back cut. Too heavy on the pass, couldn't handle it. Out of play, it'll be Lager ball. Nearly a full line change for the Loggers, so here's the new 5. Dante DeChantel out there with Trayvon Hamilton. Jonathan Guy in for the first time this game. A senior guard, 6'3" from Pasadena, California. Becca Turner and Ian Cook, the 5 for the Loggers. Up top, it's Cook. Good at getting downhill. One of the best drivers on this Loggers team. He's got it in the high post. Behind the back, 10 to shoot. One-on-one with Desi. Mid-range pull-up, not this time. But an offensive board, put back. Doesn't go either, but a third chance. Puget Sound, a good rebounding team. They've won the rebounding battle early. Guy with 8 to shoot. Turner in the high post. Catch and shoot for Hamilton, fading away. And the third chance comes up empty. Rebound, Whitman. Blues down by 6, looking to cut the deficit. And a foul, a hard foul in the half court as Hamilton hits the deck. First foul on Hamilton, second, or rather the sixth on the Loggers. So one more means free throws for Whitman in the 1-and-1. 5:14 left in the first half. Things started out hot offensively, but both teams have cooled off as the half has gone along. Higgins a three. And after it misses, it hits the wiring up top, out of bounds. UPS ball. 5 out there for Whitman. It's Marcel Elisagaray, along with Ken Higgins, Sarp Guckberg, Jacob Fotu, and George Lazarevic. Turner up top. Pick and roll. And shuffled his feet. A traveling violation called. 6th turnover in this first half for Puget Sound. Whitman has 5. Blues looking to cut the deficit. They've had some close losses in league play this year. Sit at 2-5, 7th place in the Northwest Conference. They would love a win tonight. Lazarevic finds Fotu in the post. One-on-one with Cook. Banging down low, step through and finish for Jacob Fotu. 7 first half points for him. Back to a 4-point game. Whitman is trailed by as many as a dozen in the first half. Inside for Hamilton, knocked away by Fotu. It will stay with the Loggers. Hugo Rutherford comes back in for Puget Sound. Beckett Turner subs out. Rutherford has had a good first half. 7 points for him. And Bernard Desi comes back into the game. For the Blues, Jacob Fotu heads to the bench. Late stages of the first half, 4:23 left. A 4-point game. Cook in the corner. Shake and make drive. Bangs down low and draws a foul before the pass, and no shot. That is the 7th foul called on Whitman here in the half. So 1-1 coming for the Loggers. And that's a big foul. That's George Lazarevic, his 3rd. So he will sit down. Ali Efeishik comes back in. Cook to shoot the 1-1. Not gone to the free throw line tonight. To 72%er this year. Makes the first. Cook goes to the free throw line more than anybody else on the Loggers. It's not really even close. That's his 65th free throw attempt of the year. Guy really wants to get downhill and draw fouls and get to the bucket. He makes both right there. UPS builds out a little bit of breathing room. They're up by 6. Just over 4 left in the first half. Whitman looking to bounce back after a loss to Pacific Lutheran yesterday. Efeishik, mid-range jumper, bottoms for Ali Efeishik. Hesitated for a moment. Decided to take the jumper and canned it. Back to a 4-point game. DeChantel. Hamilton probing it on the baseline. Rutherford. Bounce pass nearly stolen away. Loggers instead get it inside. Cook and 1. What was nearly a steal for Whitman ends up in a bucket and a foul for Ian Cook. He'll shoot the free throw when we come back. 3:39 left in the first half. UPS up by 6, looking for more at the charity stripe when we return.
Sarah Marshall. I'm a senior politics and environmental studies major, and I work with the Career and Community Engagement Center as the student leader for community partnerships. It has provided me with a lot of opportunities to work collaboratively with a diverse range of people. So as I look to my post-grad plans, I'm thinking a lot about nonprofit work and community building, community organizing, and I don't think that any of that would have been the direction I would have chosen without having this hands-on experience.
Welcome back inside the Sherwood Center, a 6-point game. Late stages of the first half. Puget Sound looking to bounce back after a loss last night in Spokane to Whitworth. They lead 30-24. 3:39 left in the first half. The real difference in this game thus far has been at the free throw line. Puget Sound 11 free throw attempts. They're 8 for 11 there. Whitman has gone to the free throw line just once, and they are 1 for 2 at the free throw line. That's really the difference in the game thus far. And Ian Cook will get another free throw out of the timeout. 6 first half points for him. Cook averages just under 11 per game. He makes the and one free throw. Sub for the Loggers, Zane Miller in. Dante DeChantel out. Whitman is trailed by as many as a dozen in this first half. A 7-point game right now, looking to cut the deficit and find some momentum before the break. Ali Efeishik dances in a pick and roll. Down low to Bernard Desi. Give and go with Guckberg. Eli Sagarai casts a three. Short this time, and Rutherford vacuums in the rebound. On the break, Hamilton soars in and scores with a righty finger roll. A blur in transition. Trayvon Hamilton makes it a 9-point game. Desi sets the table. Finds Higgins, who had 3 threes last night in a loss to Pacific Lutheran. Eli Sagarai probes it on the baseline. 8 to shoot for Efeishik. Deep three. Off the mark. Hamilton starts the break. Give and go. Jonathan Guy. 9-point game. Loggers looking to build the lead back out to double digits. They've led by as many as 12 in the first half. Going to bounce back after a loss yesterday to Whitworth and stay in second place in the Northwest Conference. Guy with 5 to shoot. Into Cook. Spins through. Contact stripped away. Whitman with a stop. 2 minutes and change left. Can they cut the deficit further? Trailing by 9. Efeishik. Higgins. Whitman has created an open look right there. Eli Sagarai, an easy lay-in. Credit Bernard Desi with the assist. His third of this first half. It has been a half-court game for the most part on the Whitman side of things. Puget Sound slows it down here. 7-point lead. 90 seconds left first half. Miller. Contact on the drive. Last touch out of bounds by Zane Miller. Puget Sound a turnover. That's their 8th of the first half. Loggers don't really struggle with turnovers this season. They have not. It's Whitman who's struggled in the turnover margin. The Loggers have turned it over 8 times during the first half. Over a minute to play. 7-point game. Guckberg trying to get Fotu on the post up. A foul call instead. Beck and Turner trying to pull the chair out from under him. Second foul on Turner, and it's the bonus for Whitman. So Fotu will head to the stripe for a 1-and-1. Again, huge discrepancy at the free throw line. Puget Sound 9 for 12 at the stripe. Whitman just 1 for 2. It's been a big difference in this game. Fotu makes the first free throw. 8 first half points for him. Talented scorer in the low post in his sophomore season from Auckland, New Zealand. Been a little bit cold coming into tonight, but with a nice bounce back performance for him thus far. He is a 60% free throw shooter on the year. And he rattles in the second, 2 for 2. It's a 5-point game. 1:10 left first half. Miller lobs for Rutherford. Two-hand jam, and Puget Sound slams the door on the momentum for the moment for Whitman. 7-point game. Under a minute left first half. Witt, who's got a couple buckets, finds Fotu. Double team comes. Guckberg, 10 to shoot. Shake and bake on Rutherford, gets to the cup, partly blocked, doesn't matter. Gets it to roll in anyways. Back to 5. 30 seconds left. A 5-second difference between shot and game clock here at the end of the half. Hamilton, one-on-one with Johnson. Lockers will work it around. 10 to shoot for Cook. Works on Higgins. No double team. Cook pivots inside, finds Rutherford. 2 to shoot. Miller from the parking lot. Short. Rebound comes down to Fotu. 1 second left in the half. And a foul called away from the ball. That is a backbreaker if you're Puget Sound, because that's the 1-and-1 for Whitman. Did not look like the Blues were even going to get up a shot there at the end of the half. Instead, UPS puts them on the free throw line with 1 second left. Luke Johnson will shoot 2. He has not scored tonight. He's not gone to the free throw line. Shoots it at 75% on the season. First year guard, rattles in the first. Won a Washington 3A state title when he was at Eastside Catholic back in 2024. 3-point specialist off the bench for Whitman. Look to make it a one-possession game here. He does. 2 for 2. 3-point game. Miller from the parking lot, and he's denied by the rafters here in the Sherwood Center. That brings us to the break. UPS led by as many as a dozen in the first half, but Whitman has made things interesting here at the halftime break at the Sherwood Center. 35-32. The Puget Sound Loggers lead it over the Whitman Blues. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll run through the first half stats and get you ready for second quarter action here on the campus of Whitman College. 35-32. At the break, we'll be back in a few minutes. We are back here at the half from the Sherwood Center on the campus of Whitman College. Austin Samuels with you courtside. Thanks for joining us here on Flow Sports. Tonight's a close one. At the break, UPS leads over the Whitman Blues 35-32. The lead was as large as 12 in the first half for UPS and really everything going their way, but Whitman closed the first half strong with a couple of late buckets and a foul with 1 second left called on the Loggers, giving Whitman a couple of free throws to cut the deficit all the way down to 3, which is really the closest it's been since the early stages of the game. So Whitman with a little bit of momentum going into the halftime locker room. Looking at the stats from this first half, Puget Sound an efficient first half offensively for the Loggers. 48% from the field, 11 for 23, and 50% from 3. 4 for 8 from downtown, and a big one, 9 for 12 at the free throw line. They took 12 free throws. Whitman took just 6 in that first half. For Whitman, also pretty impressive and efficient on the offensive side of things. 54% from the floor. Cold from 3, however, 1 for 9 from downtown. The only person to hit a 3, Jacob Fotu, the big man from New Zealand, was the only 3 for Whitman in that first half. They go 5 for 6 at the free throw line. Talked about how big the rebounding battle would be in this game pregame, because both Whitman and UPS top 3 in the conference in rebounding margin. Whitman is the number 1 team in the Northwest Conference in rebounding margin. Puget Sound has an advantage there here at halftime, 13-8. So they're plus 5 on the glass, and they do have 4 offensive rebounds. And they have turned that into 5 second chance points. Whitman has an advantage in the paints. The Blues have outscored UPS 20-12 down low. Whitman also with a big advantage, a big boost from their bench, 17-5. They've outscored UPS off the bench. Leading scorer for Puget Sound in that first half, 2 guys had 9. Zane Miller had 9 points, and Hugo Rutherford also had 9 to lead the way for Puget Sound. Meanwhile, on the flip side, it's Jacob Fotu with 9 points for Whitman. Nobody in double figures yet. Fotu 3 for 5 from the field, knocked down a 3, made a couple of free throws to tally up his 9 points. Again, the lead as large as 12 in that first half for Puget Sound. Whitman battling back. Both teams looking to salvage a win out of this weekend. Both lost last night. Whitman on their home floor to Pacific Lutheran by 6. And Puget Sound lost on the road to Whitworth, the first place team in the Northwest Conference, by 27 last night in Spokane. As we get ready for second half action, the 5 for Whitman to start: Marcel Elisagaray, Sarp Guckberg, Julian Witt, Jacob Fotu, and Ken Higgins out there. Meanwhile, for UPS, it's Aiden Saucedo, Trayvon Hamilton, Ian Cook, who had a nice first half, Hugo Rutherford, and Zane Miller, both the leading scorers at 9 points. Whitman ball to start the second half. Blues could tie it with a 3. They have not led in this game. Fotu works on Rutherford. Pivots short on the finger roll. Rutherford, a big defensive presence. He leads the Northwest Conference in block shots per game at 2.5 per. UPS led by as many as 12 in the first half. Looking to build the lead out once more. Cook lobs in for Rutherford. One-on-one in the post. Pivots baseline, draws a foul, and will shoot 2. They say it was in the shooting motion. And Rutherford will try to build on to the lead. Hugo tonight, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Has not gone to the free throw line yet. He shoots it pretty well, especially for a big man, 74% at the free throw line. Second leading scorer on this Loggers team at 12 per game. First free throw, he's got it. Nothing but net. Hugo, junior from San Francisco, California. A couple of years ago in his Freshman season, won Rookie of the Year in the Northwest Conference, has continued to build on his career since, and he goes 2 for 2 there. It's a 5-point advantage for Puget Sound. Garkberg works against Hamilton to get it across. Hamilton, pesky defense, nearly picks up a steal. Out of bounds, last touch by Trayvon Hamilton, junior from Beaverton, Oregon. Hamilton did a little bit of everything in that first half. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in the starting lineup tonight. Fotu had a big first half, 9 points to lead Whitman. Higgins turns the corner, kicks. Eli Sugadai for 3. Bottoms for Marcel. Back to a 2-point game. Eli Sugadai can shoot from downtown, a 39%er this year. Made 3 of them last night. Averaging 12 points per game over his last 3. Looking for the answer, Cook. Can't get the lefty hook. Whitman with the ball down by 2. Can tie or take the lead with a basket here. The Blues have not led in this game. Guckberg probes in. A little bit intimidated by the conference's leading shot blocker in Hugo Rutherford. Eli Sugadai with 7 to shoot. Just hit a 3 moments ago. Dances free. Step through to the left. Banks one in just before the horn. And we're tied at 37. Marcel Eli Sugadai with 5 points in a row. And Whitman has brought UPS even at 37. Miller, 9 first half points for him. Inside to Cook. Isolation clear out with Fotu. Cook, turn around, yes. UPS back in front by 2. Ian Cook, just a really aggressive player for 6'6" swingman. Loves to get downhill. He's got 9 points in the game. Whitman trying to tie or take the lead once more. They have not led tonight. Guckberg pounds in on Hamilton and draws contact before the shot. Foul called on Trayvon Hamilton, his 3rd, team's first. For some of the half for Whitman, Fotu out, Desi in, and Hamilton will come out with those 3 fouls for UPS. Beckett Turner back into the contest. He had a good impact in that first half for Puget Sound. 4 points, 2 boards, assist, and a steal. Eli Sugadai, catch and shoot for the lead. Yes! Bottoms for Marcel Eli Sugadai. Whitman with their first lead of the game. 40-39, trailed it by as many as a dozen in the first half. Rutherford for the answer. Short on the 3. Eli Sugadai with the board. Into double figures already tonight with a dozen. Has given Whitman a lift in the starting lineup. Witz pivots inside. Kicks back out. Whitman resets. Guckberg penetrates. Kicks. Higgins, 8 to shoot. Shot blocked away by Rutherford. O-board and a turnover. Cook on the break with numbers, and Guckberg with a foul. Put his hand in the air immediately. And head coach Aubrey Shelton for UPS shouting for an intentional there. Pleading to both of our officials up and down the sideline. Appears that neither one cares to hear him out. Just a common foul call on Sarp Guckberg. Blues with a 1-point lead. Puget Sound looking to get back in front. This is the second place team in the NWC. 10-6 overall, 5-2 in league. Turner a 3. Nobody's fouled. Bernard Desi with a difficult foul to swallow on a 3-point shooter. And Beckett Turner, who is pretty good at the free throw line, will shoot 3. He's 1 for 2 at the stripe tonight. A 72%er this year, averages 8 points per game, 5 rebounds per game off the bench. Makes the first. He scored in double figures 4 times this year. Missed the second, so 1 for 2 thus far. We're going to go 2 for 3 and put UPS back in front. Turner hits it. And the Loggers reclaim the lead. 5 out there for Whitman right now. Ali Efeishik, Julian Wentz, Marcel Elisagaray, who's really giving the Blues a lift. Bernard Desi and Ken Higgins, the 5 for Whitman. Efeishik off a screen, dumps in for Desi, stolen away. Cook with the takeaway. UPS up by 1, looking for more. Led by as many as a dozen in the first half. Turner tries a 3. Short, but an offensive rebound. Still tipped around. Rutherford's got it. Resets in the corner to Miller. Back into the post to Hugo. 9 points for him tonight. Shake and make on Desi. Finds Cook on a back cut. Off his knee, out of play. And that brings us to our first media timeout of the second half. Things are tight here in the Sherwood Center. Both teams hungry for a league win and to avoid going 0-2 this weekend. UPS up by 1, under 16 to play. We'll be right back. A 1-point game here with under 16 to play in the Sherwood Center on the campus of Whitman College. I want to remind you that tonight's games are being brought to you by Flow College, the essential destination for college conference partners in Division 1, 2, and 3, which packages event live streams and rich editorial content into one accessible product. It is the leader in streaming for Division 2 and 3 sports and the #1 provider of women's sports at these levels with more than 9,000 games slated for the 25-26 season. With Flow College, subscribers have the most comprehensive and personalized access to select college conferences, schools, and teams across all leading web, mobile, and connected TV applications. Back in play, Whitman with the ball, trailing it by 1, looking for the lead. Desi in the high post. Has not scored tonight, but has dished out 3 assists. Elisagaray tiptoes in on the baseline. Efeishik splits a double team and a foul call before the travel. Hugo Rutherford can't believe it. That is just his first personal foul, but he is still upset. Second foul on UPS in the half. 5 out there for Whitman. Ali Efeishik, Bernard Desi, Luke Johnson, George Lazarevic, and Marcel Elisagaray. Efeishik inside puts Whitman back in front by 1. Ali Efeishik, 9 points for him tonight. And a career-high 40 last Saturday against George Fox in a comeback win for Whitman. Did not score last night against Pacific Lutheran. Miller, double teams, 8 to shoot. Turner, pump fake and drive on Lazarevic, fading away, gets a foul call with 1 second left on the timer, and Beckett Turner, savvy play by him, he'll shoot 2. Lazarevic with the foul. That's his 4th, so that's a big one for Whitman. And Turner will shoot 2. 3 for 5 today at the free throw line. He makes the first. Lazarevic smiling as he heads to the sideline with his 4th personal foul. Julian Witt comes in to get him. Witt has 6 points off the bench for Whitman to go along with 2 boards. And a sub for UPS, Miller out, and Dante DeChantel back in for the Lockers. Under 15 left, we're tied for the moment. Turner misses the free throw. DeChantel with an offensive board. Rutherford looking to put UPS in front. Righty hook, way too strong. Cook the second chance, and the Lockers lead once more. Cook has been a force down low. Now into double figures with 11. Whitman down by 2. Blues looking for a much-needed conference win. They sit at 2-5 right now. Eli Sugadai on the back cut. Short runner. Missed it heavy. Turner, stop and go drive. Pivots inside, draws more contact, and will go back to the free throw line. Beckett Turner has been drawing some whistles tonight. He is 4 for 7 at the free throw line. Under 14 left here in the Sherwood Center. Turner hits the first free throw. Trayvon Hamilton back in. Ian Cook will step out. Cook has been excellent tonight. The junior from Los Angeles has 11 points. Couple rebounds, couple assists. Has really given the Lockers a lift. As Turner splits a pair. Still a one-possession game. Whitman can tie it with a 3. Efe Ishik. Desi in the high post. Give and go back to Efe Ishik. Desi. To Witt. Pounds in. Lost his balance. Nearly turned it over. 8 to shoot for Efe Ishik. Torpedoes inside. Wild shot, no. And the rebound is last touched by Ali Efe Ishik. The senior guard from Turkey gives it back to UPS. 13.5 left in the contest. Whitman leads the all-time series against the Lockers. They're 27-12 against them, but they split the 2 meetings last year. Both winning on their home floor. Hamilton turns the corner and draws contact and another foul. Whitman in some foul issues with 13-18 left in the game. They've got 16 fouls already. Sarp Gukberg comes back in for Whitman. Ali Efe Ishik comes out. So the next foul on Whitman means free throws in the 1-and-1 for the Lockers. Rutherford tries a 3. Misses everything. And Sarp Gukberg chases down the rebound and draws a whistle. A foul called in the backcourt. 4th foul called on Trayvon Hamilton. As he checks out, Saucedo will get him for UPS. 3rd foul on the Lockers. A lot of whistles in this second half so far. They were letting them play for the most part in that first half. UPS still has a giant advantage in terms of free throws. They've taken 21 of them to Whitman's 6 thus far. 3-point game. Eli Sugadai, an open look for 3. Bullseye! He has been the spark plug tonight for Whitman, and the Blues tie the score at 45. Eli Sugadai, the leading scorer in the game with 15. Witt with a tip, it will stay with the Lockers. Marcel Eli Sugadai from Pacifica, California. Talking with his parents beforehand, they wanted to make sure we got Pacifica right, his hometown. And he is putting on a show with his parents in attendance tonight. 15 points, 6 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3. UPS looking to reclaim the lead. 6 seconds to shoot for Cook. Shake and make on Fotu. Tough shot at the horn, comes off short, but a no board for Turner. Inside. Not this time. Another chance. Saucedo a triple. Foul called after the miss against Whitman on the glass. And the Loggers starting to have that advantage in the rebounding department. Talked about how good these two teams were rebounding. Whitman first in the conference in rebounding margin, +8 per game. Puget Sound not far behind him in third at +6 per game on the glass. So it's the bonus for UPS. Back at Turner, back to the free throw line. He is 5 for 9 at the free throw line. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Guckberg with the board. Nearly has it taken away. Down to the floor. Up ahead for Witt. Julian on the break. Contacts, but no finish. Julian Witt will shoot 2. The sophomore from Nevada City, California. Had a career-high 8 points against George Fox last weekend. He is inching close to that here. In fact, if he makes both free throws, he'll be right at that career-high mark of 8 points. He does hit the first. Become more and more of a key player off the bench for Whitman. 13 minutes per game off the bench. And he hits both. He's tied a career-high 8 points for Julian Witt. The Blues reclaim the lead. They're up by 2. Under 12 to go here in the Sherwood Center in Walla Walla. Smith finds Miller on the wing, who's been quiet, has not scored in the second half, had 9 at halftime. Weaves inside, pull up, bottoms, silky smooth from about 10 feet from Zane Miller. We're tied once more at 47. Guckberg gets the corner, inside, has the finish. Whitman back in front. For Sarp Guckberg, that's his second bucket. Miller, 11 points, one of 3 players in double figures for UPS. Penetrates in. Physical body bumping down there to Turner, inside. And Whitman has the rebound and a foul. A lot of fouls called in this second half. The Blues get a big one right there. Saucedo with a push for UPS. And we have hit the under 12 timeout. The Blues lead it by 2. Trailed by as many as 12 in that first half. Looking for a big conference win at home. 11:02 to play. We'll be right back. Fans, be sure to head to our official team store for your favorite Whitman athletics gear and accessories. Holiday sales await you, so shop now. Head over to whitmanblues.com and click on the store link and start shopping today. The Blues were down by 3 at halftime, trailed by as many as a dozen in that first half. They have outscored Puget Sound 17-12 in the second half. They've got the ball up by 2, looking to build out the lead. The Loggers throw on a little trapping press defense. Whitman breaks it across with Johnson. Zone defense look for the Loggers. Witt, catch and shoot. Short on the three. Fotu saves in the offensive rebound. Great hustle play for Whitman. Eli Sagarai finds Johnson. Good ball movement from the Blues. 10 to shoot. Marcel Eli Sagarai has been excellent tonight, 15 points. 4 to shoot. Guckberg fading away. Back iron. And Hugo Rutherford takes in the rebound. UPS on the break. They can tie or take the lead with a bucket here. Down by 2. Saucedo turned down an open triple. He can certainly shoot it from out there. 38%, most of his shots are threes for Aiden Saucedo. Guy finds Cook in the post. Matchup mismatch with Eli Sagarai on him. Kick out to Rutherford. And that is a shot clock violation. And everybody on the Whitman sideline is fired up. Head coach John Lamana clapping his hands together. Under 10 left, Blues ball up by 2. 5 out there for Whitman right now. Luke Johnson, Marcel Eli Sagarai, Ali F.A. Ishik, Ken Higgins, and Bernard Desi. For the Loggers, Aiden Saucedo, Jonathan Guy, Zane Miller, Ian Cook, and Hugo Rutherford. It's been a back and forth battle tonight. 5 lead changes in the game. Johnson, catch and shoot against the zone. Missed it long. Higgins saves it in. 3 to shoot for F.A. Ishik. And hold the phone. That shot waved off. They reset the shot clock when they shouldn't have. That long three from Whitman did not hit the rim. And the shot clock reset to 20 when it really should have been at about 3 seconds. So we'll see what the resolution is, what exact time they're going to put on the shot clock. I imagine 2 or 3 seconds. And Whitman will have to inbound out of bounds because of an inadvertent shot clock reset. For the Blues, this would be a monster win for Whitman. At just 2-5 in league play. This is a team that was picked to finish second in the preseason poll. Excellent a year ago in conference play. Went 10-6 in NWC play. We're expected to take a step this year, but it's been up and down for the Blues. They've had high highs and low lows here through their first 16, now 17 games. But a win on their home floor against a good Puget Sound team would be big. Both teams will be on the road next weekend as they continue to take a look at this. Whitman will be at Willamette and at Pacific next Friday and Saturday. Puget Sound continues this road stand. They'll be at George Fox and Lewis and Clark next Friday and Saturday before they finally get back home. On February 3rd, they'll take on Pacific Lutheran. It's the upcoming schedule for both teams. They're still looking at this thing, trying to figure out how much time should be left on the shot clock. Again, I don't have the replay in front of me, but I would imagine 2 or 3 seconds is what it looked like. What Whitman will have in the half court to expand on their 2-point lead. It'll be Johnson, Desi, Higgins, Ali F.A. Ishik, and Eli Sagarai. Marcel Eli Sagarai has had a heck of a game. 15 points for him in this game. He's been playing more and more as of late. And With his increase in minutes, he's increased his production and been a key player for the Blues over their past handful of games. 15 points, 6 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3. Has hit some big threes in this game to get Whitman back in it. The one to give them the lead a few minutes ago. They're still talking about this. Here, the midcourt logo. And they are going to rule that it is a shot clock violation. Interesting. They inadvertently reset the shot clock to 20 seconds, but Whitman had a clear offensive rebound there with about 2 or 3 seconds left on the timer before it reset. And instead of giving Whitman side out with 2 or 3 seconds, and John Lamana just got teed up. I'm not sure if he's yelling at them about not giving Whitman possession with 2 or 3 to shoot, but he was fired up and immediately teed up. So Saucedo will shoot at the free throw line. A technical free throw as he makes the first one. Saucedo has not missed a free throw this season. He's at 100%. And he makes both. First 2 points of the night for Aiden Saucedo. Sophomore from Taylorsville, Utah. The Loggers will get the ball as well after the technical. Interesting sequence of events. Whitman potentially being able to get a putback bucket. Instead ruled a shot clock violation and their coach getting teed up. We're tied at 49. Cook bangs in. Resets to Rutherford. Saucedo, dangerous three-point shooter. Cook tiptoes in. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound, Desi. Whitman with the ball, looking for the lead once more. 5 lead changes in this game. Whitman's largest lead is just 2 points. They trailed by as many as a dozen in the first half. Eli Sagadai. Open for 3. Long this time. Fight for the O board. Higgins comes down with it. Blocked away by Rutherford. Third chance for Whitman. Rutherford, the leading shot blocker in the Northwest Conference, denies it there. F.A. Ishik. Another chance for Whitman. And Ali F.A. Ishik tried to dump it inside to Desi and instead found the side of the backboard. And it will be Puget Sound basketball. Just over 8 to play. Deadlocked at 49. Both teams looking to bounce back from losses last night. Whitman lost a close one to Pacific Lutheran on their home floor. UPS got blown out by Whitworth in Spokane. Turner inside to Cook. Works with Higgins one-on-one. Turner. Cook with 8 to shoot. Looking for an outlet. Turner, a tough 3. He's got it. Ice in the veins, a big shot from Beckett. Turner, he's into double figures with 11. And more importantly, Puget Sound up by 3 here on the road. Under 8 to play in the Sherwood Center. Eli Sagadai initiates the attack for Whitman. He's been the leading scorer tonight, 15 points for him. Higgins, an open 3. Can't get the tie on the three-point shot. Rebound UPS. Zane Miller gets things going, looking to build on a 3-point lead. Cook finds Rutherford, good feed, good finish at the right side block. Hugo Rutherford, 13 points for him. It's a 5-point lead for the Loggers. Whitman wants timeouts, and they get the call. Under 7 to play in the game. UPS with a 7-0 run right now to lead it by 5. Getting close to crunch time here in Walla Walla. We'll be right back. Getting close to crunch time here at the Sherwood Center on the campus of Whitman College. Puget Sound with a 54-49 lead over the Whitman Blues. Both teams looking to salvage a win out of the weekend. Both lost last night. The Loggers right now in second place in the NWC. Whitman sits in seventh. They could sure use a win in league play. Both teams will be on the road next weekend as well. Always difficult to pick up a league win on the road. Out of the timeout for Whitman, it'll be Ali Efeishik, George Lazarevic with 4 personal fouls out there for Whitman. Jacob Fotu, Sarp Gukberg, and Marcel Ellis Sugadai. For the Loggers, Beckett Turner, Hugo Rutherford, Zane Miller, Trayvon Hamilton, and Ian Cook. Blues looking to cut the deficit down by 5. Fotu open for a triple. Long on the miss. Rebounded by Hamilton. 4th rebound for Hamilton tonight, playing with 4 fouls for UPS. The Loggers can make it a 3-possession game with a bucket here. Turner, one-on-one with Gukberg, 10 to shoot. Cook, nice into the teeth of the defense. 5 to shoot for Miller. Step back 3. Not this time. Rebounded by Gukberg. Whitman with a stop. 6 to play. Fotu straight away. Had a great first half to lead Whitman with 9 points. Open 3 for Lazarevic. Rebound Turner. Turner initiates the attack. He's been aggressive tonight. 11 points, has taken 10 free throws. Miller in the mid-range. Cook pounds in. Strong on the finish, but another O-board for Puget Sound. Their 10th offensive rebound of the game. 2 teams excellent on the glass coming into tonight. Top 3 in the league in rebounding margin. Hamilton a tough 3. Long on the miss, rebound Fotu. Nearing 5 to play. Whitman looking for a basket to make it a 1-possession game. Ali Efeishik, 9 points for him tonight. Fotu in the post, has the size mismatch. He's stripped. Loose ball, jump ball. And the possession arrow is with UPS. Julian Witt subs back in for Whitman. Ali Efeishik will step out. Witt has been really solid off the bench in this game. 19 minutes for him. Tied a career high with 8 points. Also has 3 rebounds. And apparently there was some blood on the jersey of Ali Efeishik, so he might have to go get that cleaned out. He just subbed out of the game. Under 5 left. UPS would love to salvage a road win here and split the weekend road trip to Eastern Washington and stay in second place in NWC play. Cook in the mid-range. Pounds in. Righty hook. Rattles out. Foul call going the other way. 6th team foul on UPS, so not quite the bonus, as it's called on Beckett Turner, his 3rd. Dante DeChantel comes back in for UPS, and Bernard Desi back in for Whitman. Full court press here from Puget Sound. Trying to protect a 5-point lead. Both teams have been scoreless for nearly 3 minutes now. Ellie Sugadai a 3. Rattles out. Rebound Cook. Marcel has been Great tonight for Whitman, 15 points to lead the Blues. Couldn't get that open triple. Turner. Fans here wanted to travel, instead of foul is called. Julian Witz is the guilty party. His third foul. So Beckett Turner will shoot 2, and he has been a frequent customer at the free throw line today. 5 for 10 at the free throw line. Has more free throws than the entire Whitman team tonight, and he makes the first. It's his 11th try. Whitman has just 8 free throw attempts. They're 7 for 8. Turner goes 2 for 2. The lead back out to 7 for Puget Sound. There's been 6 different lead changes in this game. First half was, for the most part, controlled by UPS. They led by as many as a dozen. Whitman brought it back to a 3-point game at halftime. The Blues have taken the lead a couple times in the second half. But UPS on a scoring run here. 7-point game. Guckberg. Shake and make drive. Desi, not much of a 3-point threat. Lazarevic is. He tries a 3 and hits! A big momentum shot for Whitman. They're back within 4. George A. Lazarevic, his second bucket of the game, his first 3. Timeout grabs by Puget Sound. 3:34 left. We've hit the under 4 timeouts. It is a 4-point contest here in the Sherwood Center. Don't go anywhere. Crunch time coming down to it here in Walla Walla. Under 4 to play here at the Sherwood Center, campus of Whitman College. Austin Samuels with you courtside here at George Ball Court. Thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday night here on Flow Sports. It is a 4-point contest. 6 lead changes in the game. UPS up by 4, looking to pull off a big road win. Move to 6-2 in the Northwest Conference and stay in second place. Looking up at only Whitworth, who they dropped a game to last night. A zone look for Whitman out of the timeout. Hamilton finds the high post. Cook. Turner, open 3. Short, front iron. An offensive rebound pulled in by UPS. Their 11th offensive rebound of the game. They've turned it into just 7 second chance points. Miller an open 3 before the shot. An illegal screen call. Ian Cook with the foul. His second, team 7th. So now Whitman is in the bonus. But because it's an offensive foul, no bonus free throws coming for the Blues right now. But the next foul puts Whitman in the bonus. Marcel Elisagadai works one-on-one with Hamilton. He's been great tonight, 15 points. Guckberg. Back to Elisagadai, nearly taken away. Collects at the logo. Guckberg gets loose. Finds Desi. Swatted by Rutherford. Rejected at the rim. Hugo Rutherford, the leading shot blocker in the conference. That's his 3rd of the night. 4-point lead for Puget Sound. 2.5 to play. Rutherford throws it into the teeth of the defense. Turner is fouled down low, and free throws coming in the double bonus. Now for UPS. Julian Witt with the foul. That's his fourth. Witt has been excellent off the bench tonight for Whitman. Has already tied a career high in points. But he is in some foul trouble. So Beckett Turner back to the free throw line. He has lived at the free throw line in this game. 13 points, 7 of 12 at the stripe. Again, Turner has more free throws than the entire Whitman team. Blues just 8 attempts. Beckett Turner 12 attempts. The Loggers as a team have 26 of them. So a big discrepancy there. Turner's first. He's got it. Ali Efeishik back into the game. Julian Witt comes out with those 4 personal fouls. Efeishik tonight 9 points. And that career-high game 40. Last Saturday against George Fox on the road. Did not score last night. Second free throw missed by Turner. Desi the board. Whitman down by 5 with the ball. 2:20 left. Eli Sugadai out there with Guckberg, Efeishik, Desi, and Higgins. Guckberg. Efeishik in the high post. Strong move to the cup. He's got the finish. Back to a 3-point game. 2 minutes left to play. A 1-possession game. Who can scrap and claw and get out of here with a league win? Hamilton trying to shake free. Cook with 10 to shoot. Pounds in on Higgins all the way to the rack. Swatted from behind. Bernard Desi with the rejection. First block of the game for Desi, who has not scored tonight, but he's impacted the game in a lot of different ways. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and now a block for Bernard Desi. Out top, nearly taken away. Guckberg. His momentum carries him out of play. It'll stay with UPS. Just over 90 seconds remaining. Back in play here. Turner to get it in. A 3-point lead for Puget Sound. Turner finds Miller. 2 to shoot. Fade away at the horn. Couldn't bank it in. Offensive board. A huge one for Trayvon Hamilton. His 6th rebound of the night. Perhaps the biggest. A bucket would give the Loggers a 2-possession lead, which would be huge here down the stretch. Hamilton. 5 to shoot for Turner. Fadeaway 3. Short at the horn. Desi with the board. Stripped for a moment. Whitman takes possession. A minute left to play. Whitman can tie it with a 3. They haven't shot it well from 3 tonight. 5 for 20, 25%. Efeishik. Triple team. Higgins. Eli Sugadai. 7 to shoot. Guckberg got to do something. Desi with the finish. Back to a 1-point game. Bernard Desi, who had not scored tonight until right then, has one of the biggest baskets of the game for Whitman. Timeout called on the floor. 38 seconds left here in the Sherwood Center. UPS up over Whitman. 57-56. Bernard Desi with that huge lay-in just before the horn at the end of the shot clock has done a little bit of everything tonight for Whitman. Although that was his first basket. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block in his 22 minutes. Goes to show you that there are certainly bigger ways to impact the game than just putting the ball in the basket. There is a 9-second difference between shot and game clock. UPS is in the double bonus. Whitman is in the single bonus. So the question becomes, if you're head coach John Lamanna for Whitman, do you play it out with a 9-second difference and hope you get a stop and to try and get one last bucket to win it? Or do you play the foul game now to give yourself time? We'll see what they elect to do. Out there for Whitman, out of the timeout, Eli Sugadai, Ali Efeishik, Guckberg, Desi, and Lazarevic. For the Loggers, it's Saucedo, Rutherford, Miller, Turner, and Cook. They get it into Miller. No foul coming yet. Looks like they're going to play it out. An 8-second difference between shot and game clock. Nearly taken away. Turner drives, feeds, Rutherford. No foul. Rebound, Whitman. Guckberg has it on the floor, screaming for timeout. They get one called. With 17 seconds left, Whitman gets a stop. They didn't have to foul, and they get a timeout called with the ball down by 1, 17 seconds remaining. The Blues have had a handful of close games throughout the season. A couple of close wins against Pacific and George Fox on the road. A couple of close losses at Linfield. First Willamette, and against Pacific Lutheran, all games decided by single digits. And this is another one coming right down to it. Potential to beat a good Puget Sound team on your home floor. They are reviewing this. Not entirely sure what they're reviewing. Perhaps the time, just to figure out exactly where the clock should be. The shot clock is turned off here with 17 left. We'll see if they put a little more time back on. A 1-point game. Now the question becomes, if you're head coach John Lamanna for Whitman, do you go for the quick basket, where if you don't convert, you still have time to foul and have a second chance? Or do you play it out for the last shot and try and win it at the horn? His 5 right now: Fotu, Higgins, Efeishik, Lazarevic, and Eli Sugadai. Down by 1 with the ball. Decision time here tonight from the Sherwood Center in Walla Walla. Thanks for joining us tonight on Flow Sports. Whitman with a chance to take the lead and possibly win it at home. Efeishik gets it across the midcourt line. 10 seconds. Efeishik. Lazarevic. Efeishik inside. Offensive foul call with 5 seconds left. And the crowd here at the Sherwood Center doesn't love it. Second foul called on Efeishik. Both teams are in the bonus, but no free throws coming because it's an offensive foul, and boy, that is a critical one if you're Whitman. So the Loggers will inbound in the backcourt. It's Miller to get it in. If you're Whitman, you got to foul instantly. 5 seconds. They get it into Hamilton. They foul him with 3.4. Trayvon Hamilton a little bit slow to get up. He's helped to his feet by his teammates. So 2 free throws coming. Double bonus for the Loggers. Trayvon Hamilton will have 2 coming up. He's not gone to the free throw line tonight, but he is a good free throw shooter at 93%. So not the guy you wanted to foul if you're Whitman. Timeout called on the floor. 3.4 left. Blues just had a chance to potentially take the lead and win it. Ali Efe-Ishik, an offensive foul. And now Whitman has to play the foul game. If Hamilton makes both, it's still a 3-point game. And Whitman could potentially tie it at the horn of the 3. Then the conversation becomes if they make them both. And that's probably what head coach Aubrey Shelton is talking about right now with his loggers. If they make them both, do we foul or do we play it out? Hamilton's got to make the free throws first. Again, has not gone to the free throw line tonight. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Has done a little bit of everything. He is a 93%er at the free throw line. The best free throw shooter on this team this year. Hits the first. 2-point game. 3.5 left. Whitman will not have long to get a good look. Deep breath from Hamilton. Missed the second. Whitman has a chance. Eli Sugure from half court didn't get it off in time. And that's the game. Whitman battles hard here at home, but credit Puget Sound. They come out of here with a close 2-point win, 58-56. The final score. The Loggers come on the road and get a big road win for them. They are now 11-6 overall, 6-2 in the Northwest Conference. Second place in the league. Whitman an 0-2 weekend for the Blues here at home. They fall to 7-10 overall and 2-6. Seventh place in the Northwest Conference. A 2-point loss here at home. Quickly go through some of the stats for you in this game. It was a low-scoring second half. 35-32 at halftime. UPS in front by 3. They led it by as many as a dozen in that first half. Just 47 points combined in the second half between the two teams. Neither team shot all that well. Whitman in the second half, 38% from the floor. UPS just 21%. The Loggers find the stops when they need it and pull it out. So big difference in this game came at the free throw line. Puget Sound 30 free throw attempts. They go 21 for 30 at the free throw line. And Whitman 7 for 8 at the free throw line. Just not in the same stratosphere in terms of attempts. Handful of players in double figures for both teams, both for UPS and for Whitman. Beckett Turner was the leading scorer for Puget Sound. 14 points. He had 14 free throw attempts in the game. 8 for 14 at the stripe. Hugo Rutherford, 13 points. Most of them came in that first half. Zane Miller and Ian Cook both with 11 in the winning effort for Puget Sound. Meanwhile, for Whitman, Marcel Elisugudai had 15 points and 3 threes. An excellent outing for him. Really gave Whitman a lift in this game. The only other player in double figures, Ali Efe-Ishik, 11 points for him tonight off the bench. Close one for the Blues. Had a couple of leads in the second half. A chance to potentially win it late, but an offensive foul call with 5 seconds left. Had to play the foul game, and UPS ends up getting out of here with a win, 58-56. The final score. That is going to wrap up our broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in on your Saturday nights. If you weren't with us earlier, the Blues women won 77-68 over the Loggers. The men fall by 2 to UPS here at home. A big shout out, thank you to all of our crew here in the Sherwood Center, campus of Whitman College. 58-56, the final score. Thank you so much for tuning in to your tonight's on Flow Sports. Austin Samuels saying so long and good night from the Sherwood Center here on the campus of Whitman College in Walla Walla.